We are the foundation, bulletproof the hating from the plantation. We built the whole nation. We are the foundation, bulletproof the hating from the plantation. We built the whole nation. We are the foundation, bulletproof the hating from the plantation. We built the whole nation. We are the foundation, bulletproof the hating from the plantation. We built the whole nation.
FBA World Order. Fair use.
You're indigenous based on definition number one, family. You're indigenous. That's the definition of people inhabiting or existing in a land from the earliest times, but not necessarily naturally. But not necessarily. See, that should be added. I'm not trying to take your rights. I'm not trying to take your soil from. We was first on the soil. Not trying to take that. Doesn't just say these things. Is not taking the soil from you. You still sovereign on the soil, but you are not here naturally. You're not here naturally. This is not the area that could produce you. And we could go over this shit again and again. But I want you to do your science. I want you to do your science and come back. Most of Africa's equatorial belt, Southern Asia, Northern Australia. So that area is the tropical zone. And that area is where you find the majority of the ancient civilizations. You see, Egypt, Nubia, Aksum, India, Angkor Wat, Old Mecca, you see, and then right outside of it, you see not far, Sumeria. You see, even when you start dealing with Greece and Rome, they closest to the goddamn the great civilizations of the tropical. You see, so we're looking at our phenotype. It's telling us where we came from.
Shalom to all my foundational Black American brothers and sisters. It's the Sabbath. I'm sitting here sipping some wine. I just got done fasting for 4 days. I had some soul food. Now I'm sipping some red wine. Shalom. Now with that being said, I was going to chill this weekend. I wasn't going to do no videos. But I came across this video by the brother, the General, Sara, Suten, Seti. Now don't get me wrong. I rock with Sara, Suten, Seti. I've been following him for over 10 years. I like Sara, Suten, Seti. He's a G. He'll hold it down for black people, even though his fatal flaw is Pan-Africanism. Now, this video right here is not an anti-Sara, Suten, Seti video. It's an anti-misinformation video. But, my nigga, you come across with this misinformation, so you gotta get disciplined, my nigga. I rock with you. I've been following you for over 10 years, but you gotta get corrected and recalibrated about your misinformation, Sara, Suten, Seti. Now it's clear that 2025 is the year of the Pan-African breakdown. The year of Pan-Africanists having a conniption fit. Because the truth is coming out, and now all their ideologies are being destroyed. And they're all having a conniption fit. All the way from Umar Johnson to Professor James Smalls, and now Sara, Suten, Seti, the General, who I rock with heavy, nigga. Make no mistakes. This ain't a diss video, Sara, Suten, Seti, but you have to be disciplined about the real information. Now, you said blacks are not indigenous to North America. Hold on, let me explain that for the people listening. At the beginning of this video, which I'm going to put the link in the video because I rock with Sara, Suten, Seti, so I'm going to let y'all go watch the video for yourselves and let my man get a YouTube check. Because I rock with him. Get paid, nigga. You black American like me. Get paid, nigga. But anyway, at the beginning of his video, he admitted that black people are the original people of North America. He said that. But what he was saying was that we are not indigenous to North America. He was saying that we came from Africa and thousands of years ago settled in North America, but there's no proof of that. There's no proof of that. That is a theory. The out of Africa theory is a theory. A theory is not a fact. Google it, bitch. Now, basically, him and what all these other Pan-Africanists believe is basically in the theory of Darwinism. They believe in the theory of evolution. What he's saying is our physical features have to have been developed in a tropical environment, aka Africa. So basically what he's saying is the only place on the world, on Earth, that we could have possibly have came from is Africa because of our physical features. Now mind you, you won't find too many niggas on the continent of Africa that look like this nigga. It's not a diss, Sara Sue. I'm just saying, Sara Sue and Seti. This nigga sitting here with a whole Cherokee nose, talking about he's African. Listen, the reason why these Pan-Africanists are losing their damn minds in 2025 is because of the delineation movement and the revelation of how many black Americans are indigenous and have American Indian roots. This is messing up their money, people. This means if black American, aka American Indians, because that's what we are, move away from all that Africa crap, that means no more money for these Africa trips. No more money for these African relics they sell online, all this ancient Egyptian crap and all this King Tut hairdressers they sell online like Sara Sue said he was selling. That's messing up their money, people. This is why these niggas are having a conniption fit. And I rock with Sara Sue and Seti heavy. This nigga funny as hell. He be roasting niggas and he's intelligent except for that Pan-Africanism crap. Now these Pan-Africanists are living by the so-called theory of evolution, aka basically Darwinism, which says your physical features are determined by the environment and climate that your ancestors lived in, basically. How come those dark-skinned Eskimos don't turn white? How come the white people in South Africa ain't turning black and they've been there since 1652? It's 2025 and the white people in South Africa who've basically been there since 1652 ain't turned black yet. We're waiting. Obviously, it's something more deeper than climate that determines your physical features. How about genes? You know the difference between Pan-Africanists, which I used to be one back when I was retarded before I smartened up, and those of us who consider ourselves Black American, foundational Black American, or American Indian. Do you know what the difference is? Pan-Africanists go by the history that the YT man taught them. They go by theories, not facts. They don't go by receipts. Now, Black Americans, foundational Black Americans, and American Indians go by receipts, logic, and common sense. Let's break down those receipts and common sense, shall we? Let's look at the places outside of Africa where I ain't gonna say it 3 times. I'm gonna sound like Umar Johnson repeating. Ain't no Umar Johnson over here. No Umar, nigga. But you know what I'm saying. Population over there outside of Africa are melanated or can be considered Negroid or so-called black. Let's take a look, shall we? Let's take a look at the indigenous people of Thailand. Dagnabbit! Those like Negroes to me, complete with the afros, aka woolly hair. Is Thailand in Africa? Oh, wait a minute, that's Asia! Dagnabbit! You mean to tell me those people didn't get to Thailand on slave ships or migration or immigration? These are the indigenous people of Thailand, which is in Asia! Stop playing with us, nigga! Now let's look at the indigenous. I gotta say that word heavy, nigga. the indigenous people of North Sentinel Island. Dangnabbit! Look like Negroes to me! And North Sentinel Island is over 4,000 miles away from Africa. So you mean to tell me these people didn't get there on slave ships or immigration? And if you say they came from Africa thousands of years ago, you have to prove that, which has not been proven. Now let's go to the indigenous people of Malaysia. Dagnabbit! Are those Afros? Look like Negroes to me! Is Malaysia in Asia? Stop playing with us, you Pan-African niggas! We got receipts, forensics, and facts, nigga! Everybody with Negroid features and woolly hair is not from Africa. Why can't you Pan-Africanists accept that fact? Why can't you Pan-Africanists accept the fact that God's original creation regarding humans are Negroid, aka melanated, all over the planet Earth, not just Africa? You were told that by the YT man, which is a effing lie. But CT Raw, you still ain't proved there was Aboriginal people in North America. Shut your ass up. You want receipts, nigga? Why y'all acting like this ain't Channel Raw TV where we come with the receipts and recipes? Over here, we just don't talk. We don't state opinions. We come with the receipts and forensics. Everything I say on this channel, I back up with facts. Provable, tangible facts. Now, with that being said, since y'all don't believe there were Aboriginal black people in North America, this is something y'all can look up for yourselves. Congressional document HR 4637 states that the Yamasee American Indian tribe from Florida and places like South Carolina were reported to have immigrated from Africa prior, which means before for you slow people, to the European discovery of America, which means they were already here. Now I know what you slow niggas are saying. See, they immigrated from Africa. Nope. The Europeans thought they came from Africa based on the way they look, which means what, you slow niggas? They were Negroes! Don't believe me? Hit the Yamasee tribe! Look for yourself!
The Yamasee tribe was critical to the formation of the Low Country, but very few people know their story.
Now, one developer is doing its part to preserve the past on land he owns, which was once belonged to the tribe. News 3's Andrew Davis has that story now from Seabrook.
The Yamasee tribe, Senator Tim Scott's office, archaeologists, homeowners, and developers all at the same table, all connected for one goal: protecting history while developing the future.
It's really for us a thing of respect. We're being given respect and we're being honored as well by the Bull Point Association.
The meeting is the first of its kind, and it comes after 13,000 different artifacts were found inside Bull Point Plantation over the years, all belonging to the Yamasee Indian tribe.
Knowing that there's artifacts here that were uncovered, it's important to make sure that we showcase the history, not just bury it in the past.
Now I know some of you Pan-Africanists are about to cry right now. Hold back the tears, you're a grown-ass man. Calm down. Don't act like a bitch. Don't act like a bitch. That's for females, son. Don't get emotional, cause I'm coming with the receipts and forensics. Now anybody that's from the Yamasee tribe that's alive today would tell you that in ancient times they were basically related to the Mayans. Now when you look at those Mayan murals and statues, tell me those ain't Negroes. Oh, you haters want more proof? I'm from the Northeast. In the Northeast, we have a Aboriginal tribe called the Pequot Indians. Y'all remember back in the 90s when Donald Trump was saying, oh, they don't look like Indians to me? He was talking about the Pequots because they black. Donald Trump was under the impression, like all of us used to be, that the American Indian tribes look like those long-haired, stringy-haired Siberians. He was saying the Pequots don't look like Indians because they are Negroes and have always been Negroes. And by the way, that Thanksgiving holiday that George just got done celebrating were because of the slaughter of the Pequots, a Negro tribe. Look it up. I'm on one today, people. Stop playing with me. No matter how you cut it, no matter what you say, when you descend from a certain group of people, their spirit, their mentality gets passed down to you through the generations. We do not have the spirit or mentality of Native Africans. We don't. You ever met somebody that you know personally, and you meet their grandfather, not their father, their grandfather, and they look just like their grandfather? They had the same mannerisms as their grandfather. The same mentality, the same sense of humor as their grandfather. Not even their father. 2 generations back, their grandfather. That's how genes work. We don't look like or think like Africans. I'm not saying the transatlantic slave trade didn't exist. It did, but they lied about the numbers. 92 on a good day, 388,000. We're born here. And for all the people who know, I'm going to say it again, those wasn't Africans, those were Hebrews. If you do your research, you're going to find out the truth. But with that being said, I'm going to calm down because some people are slow and don't want to hear the truth. There's a reason why we don't eat a goosey soup and fufu. There's a reason why we don't believe enslaving children and women is okay, because we're not African. There's a reason we don't do human sacrifices, because we are not African. There is a reason why we don't worship white people and view them as gods, because we are not African. How is it that we grew up eating foods like cornbread, yellow squash, grits, the Three Sisters? And when you do your research, all of these are American Indian foods. Now, how is it that a bunch of so-called Africans' cultural food is American Indian? Explain that to me, niggas. Corn on the cob is Indian food. Look it up. We need to recalibrate our brains like I did. Throw all that crap that you were taught by the YT man about history out the window and do your own research. Sara and Seti, I rock with you, but your information is off, my nigga. Shalom.
We are the foundation.
Chino Resort.
Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. Channel Raw TV Bay Bay.